Okay. All right, so terrified. I have been to New York many times, but this time in particular was the first time I was ever absolutely terrified in New York. I, for whatever reason, always feel really safe there. I don't know, it's weird, but anyways, I had just graduated from photography school in Massachusetts and was gonna move there and be like, you know, an awesome photographer in New York or whatever, and that did not happen. But I was staying with some friends from school who had gotten an apartment in, now I can't remember what the neighborhood is, but no, it's above Harlem. I mean, it is north.
Upper Harlem.
What?
Inwood.
No.
Can't see.
It doesn't matter. Whatever. All that matters is that it's you know, way up high. And it was fine, but whatever. Anyways, I just was not familiar with that neighborhood. And we all decided to go out and, like, I don't know, go to a bar or something. But we went way south to, like, Soho and all that kind of stuff on the island. And I had walked around all day in sandals, and my feet were not in good shape. So I was like, I need to go home. Plus, it was like, these people were annoying. Anyways, so whatever. But I, you know, very confident in my New Yorkness, thought, oh, I can get back. It's no big deal. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. Don't worry, you guys don't have to come with. I'm fine. I'll just take the subway and blah, blah, blah. So get on the subway. Nobody told me, though, that at night, late at night, the subways don't do all the stops. You know, they skip stops and they do other things. And nobody told me about this. So I accidentally got off at one stop in, I don't know, some neighborhood. And I started walking out and I'm like, God, this doesn't feel right. And went through the little turnstile thing. And I realized, oh, this was not my stop at all, and I don't know where I am. So I thought, I'll just get back on the train, because, you know, that makes sense. So I go back, but I can't use my little swiper thing yet, because I don't know what the thing was. I couldn't use it. So I just stood there for like 10 minutes, and then I finally used it. I'm like the only one there. And I get down to the platform, and I'm just like, okay, I'm cool. Yeah, I got this, you know. And then all of a sudden people started coming down, but it was like all men. And you know, when you're like by yourself and it's like 1 o'clock in the morning in a big city, it's a little terrifying. So I had their keys, and for some reason I think that putting that in between each finger, somehow I can attack them and I wouldn't break my own fingers in the process. But whatever, I just stuck them there and I'm like, I'm confident, I got this. I am from New York. I know where I'm going. And inside I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. So I'm just standing there, and then finally we get on, and I'm just like, I know exactly where I'm going. So I'm trying to look at like the map, but without looking like I'm looking at the map, you know? So I'm like, oh, like I'm like trying to sit as close to it as possible, but not be obvious. Anyways, I finally get off at this stop that I think it was like the last stop. I had no choice. I had to get off. So I'm like, okay. So I get off, and then I'm like going over this little like bridge or something, and I'm like, okay, this is not familiar at all. And I finally just go up, and I'm like, okay, shit. I don't know which way to go, but I gotta look confident, and I gotta look like I know where I'm going. Because if you don't, that's when you get fucked with, basically. And so I just started walking in one direction, and I'm like, you know, I'm from New York, and blah, blah, blah. And then I start getting this like gut feeling of like, you are going in the wrong direction. And so I thought, okay, listen to the little voice for once in your life. And I just was like, now how am I gonna turn around without looking like I'm going the wrong way? And I made a mistake. So I don't even remember what I did. I don't know if I stopped like at a store and like looked in the window like, oh, that's interesting. I'm gonna go this way now. So I started walking the other direction, and I'm walking, and I'm like, yeah, I'm from New York. I got this, I'm confident. I got this. And all of a sudden this guy in a car started driving really slow and staring at me next to me, and I'm like, I got this. And I don't know kind of what possessed me at this point. Something crazy. Because as he was driving, I kept thinking, like, I'm a big Law and Order fan, and I kept thinking, like, I'm gonna be raped and murdered and found behind, like, a dumpster, and Lenny's gonna be like, it's no vacation for this girl, or something, some, you know, quip. my head, and I'm like, oh my God, like, Lenny, I love you, but like, can't be about me, you know? So anyways, and so he's driving next to me, and I'm just like, okay. And then finally, I don't know what possessed me. I just went, like that to him, cause like I'm from New York. What do you want? Like I don't know what that was all about, but he just like took off, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, thank you God. and finally, things start looking a little bit familiar to me, and I'm like, okay, I must be getting close, thank God. And I finally get to their apartment, and I found it. I was like, oh, and I got into the apartment, and I just like fell to the ground and wept the entire time. It was like all that emotion and confidence just completely went away, and it was terrifying. So, but that was my I'm terrified story.